Check.
Yeah, this is working.
The best thing you can do is to be exceptionally good at something.
Question to you is why not you? You've got the brains, you can make decisions,
Why
you
not?
can study the plan, you can change your life, you can grow immensely in the next few years. Why not you?
Are you all in on the chair?
Yeah,
Like the point really is you put on one pair of glasses, you've got one pair of AirPods right now. You're looking at me through one screen. You're using one microphone. That's a one microphone. Like, you trust it? Is that conviction? Seems kind of scary. Why don't you diversify? Why don't you use 10 microphones?
In a world that's changing so quickly, the biggest risk you can take is not taking any risk.
Great investors are like great basketball players. They're hard to come by. They have almost a gift, the ability to assimilate information, draw conclusions, and to act on their beliefs. It's a really unique and hard skill to find.
Yo! Welcome to Market Watch. We're going to get straight into it today. We've had a bunch of technical difficulties, so we're going to get straight into all the news. Where's your head at, Tom? How are you feeling about the markets? Are you bullish on the markets? How are you feeling?
Well, yeah, definitely into the end of this year. I'm starting to look like really bullish. I mean, we can see like what the BTC price chart's been doing. It's kind of consolidating for 3 months now. And if you're just looking at the chart in general, you can see there's opportunity to DCA and to get like a strategy in place. And that's exactly why you should be listening to this show, to get some sort of strategy and follow along. Because, yeah, I do believe like the next 12 months is going to be awesome for crypto.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree. I'm bullish on crypto long term, and I'm excited about the crypto space right now. We're seeing on-chain activity picking up. We're seeing some good opportunities in the altcoin space, although I wouldn't fully dive into the altcoin space yet. And Bitcoin looks a lot better. So let's pull up Bitcoin. We'll start on Bitcoin.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is my X. We're going to pull up. All right. Technical difficulties, folks. We're loading in. Bitcoin. Now, what do you think about Bitcoin? We've kind of sat around.
What's it doing?
We kind of sat around that 200-week moving average for a while now. We've been chopping around this level here. Yeah, so my thoughts on Bitcoin is basically that we talk about this every episode, so we're not going to talk too much about Bitcoin, but in this blue box, Bitcoin is cheap, and it's always good to buy Bitcoin cheap. It's always good to buy when there's fear. We're seeing everyone selling their Bitcoin, strategy, Trump. There's all fear in the market, and Bitcoin's looking really cheap right now. So this blue area is a good buy, and obviously we like to wait for a bull flip. But yeah, that's where I'm seeing Bitcoin right now. We've had this chop. I would say this probably continues higher, and then I would like to reevaluate my stance at about 75 to 80K on whether that's a lower high or whether we continue even higher.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's definitely the opportunity is starting to like really show itself. So it's like really looking nice here. And I mean, even just like looking at the majors as well, Ethereum, what's your like movements on that? Because I do see it's like looking really nice as well. And we're starting to see some sort of like plays set up starting to form here in like altcoins.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm quite slow on the majors at the moment. Like, I'm not rushing into anything because I'm super excited about the on-chain space, and I think there's other opportunities. So like these higher market cap majors, I'm kind of just waiting on. Like Solana, I'm waiting on Solana to come back above 92. I'll buy a little bit of Solana while it's cheap down here, but nothing too crazy. And Ethereum, I'm not fully convinced yet. Although we do get the bull flip, if we can break above here, that'd be good. And there's some good stuff happening with Ethereum's blockchain, but I'm not rushing too much in. The main thing I'm looking at is a Bitcoin DCA strategy and some commodities, and I'm watching Pump. Pump is one of the alts I'm watching very closely. I'm also watching a few others like Ondo and Hype, but Pump is the main one. Now, I've talked about Pump quite a bit. We had the same kind of bear trend we've seen throughout the market with about 10 months or whatever it's been since October, and it's been a steep bear trend. We haven't even seen a green flip on Pump. And now we've seen it come up. I started to get bullish, and then I said last week that this red line is super crucial. This red line is the lows after the IPO. And then we pushed above it, we retested, and we came up. I took a long when we pushed above it, and I added to the long down here. And I posted on X about the long. I basically said that Pump still looks good, should bounce off this line, good bid in my opinion, risk to reward is great. So when it hit that line, I took another long, and it has pumped up nicely now. And I think as a trade, that was good, but I also think just Pump's going to be a great one. They're making good money, and this will segue us onto what we think about on-chain as well, because I think on-chain's coming back, which will benefit Pump.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about on-chain? You playing the on-chain game right now?
Yeah, I'm like pretty active on chain right now. And I mean, there's the amount of launch pads that's been rolling out here. And we're seeing that on Pump Fun as well with like Stonk and stuff. So it's quite nice to see like all these launch pads getting launched, and then the evaluation with like the tokenized stocks through like BNB chain. We've got Robinhood chain. There's so many different chains that's released launch pads for like these tokenized paired stocks. So that's something I'm definitely like active on right now, is those kind of like paired stocks that pay you like sort of dividends. And as we did cover this last week on when it actually was the time when it rolled out. And now we're starting to see some like a little bit more size and activity happening on these paired chains. Are you like also on that as well?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty bullish on that. Like, are you also like a little bit bullish as well?
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking on-chain a lot, and I think that just in general, on-chain's heating up. There's a lot of good stuff happening on-chain, whether that's interesting stuff like businesses tokenizing themselves, or just general memes. Like we're seeing a lot of
even like Anthropic as well with I mean, yeah, like butthole coin, like that's crazy.
You bullish on that?
I'm bullish on like Anthropic, like pre-IPO tokenized like stock. Like that's crazy. That's something I've never seen before.
Yeah,
so it's kind of cool. Like these initiatives coming out.
Yeah, I think tokenized stocks in general is a really cool thing. I mean, that's what first got me into Mars Coin, which is you get rewards of tokenized SpaceX. I think just the whole idea is great. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and I mean, like I just saw before as well with like talking about like these different chains, like and kind of like the access of like these KOLs and like the big names in the space. Like Flap is one of these launch pads, and like I've just seen like they're starting to follow up some accounts here who's launched coins on their platform. So it's kind of cool, like how like it's real community starting to get developed right here, and this is like really the early signs of what's to really come like for the rest of the year. So it's kind of cool to see like on chain really picking up. So I'm bullish on chain right now.
Yeah, for sure. There's heaps of interesting stuff happening, especially, not especially, but also Stonk Broker. I think that's a really cool one. I want to pull up the Stonk Broker. Let's pull that up real quick. I want to pull up the Stonk Broker NFT. So basically what Stonk Broker is it's NFTs. So they're called Stonk Brokers, and there's 4,444 of them. And one sold for 14K recently. So they said that they're worth 64 million, but technically they're not, because not all of them are selling for 14K, although some are selling for much more. But I think the first thing I want to ask is just, what do you think of them? Do you think they look cool?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest and like let us know down in the comments. Like, I'm not liking the look of this. It looks so pixelated, but I mean, the Bored Apes really put NFTs at a high standard. So, but the concept is mad, and I'd really like all like the different concepts on chain. But yeah, Bored Ape really takes the winner. Like, are you the same thing? What's your thoughts on that? Looking bad, or is it just it's all right?
Yeah, I mean, I actually was someone that really liked the Bored Apes. I think they were sick. So, yeah, they looked really good. And then I don't really like the Stonk Broker. So, yeah, personally, I'm not that much of a fan. I think the Bored Apes look way better. But I don't think they look terrible. But yeah, not a massive fan. But I
The
think
narrative's good. The narrative's good.
right, and what's cool is they basically you buy one of these and then you basically get a bag of tokenized stock. So it ties back into all the tokenized stocks we were talking about before. That you get a bag of like Tesla, Nvidia, all of that, and you that bag grows
Yeah.
when people trade, and the fees go towards that. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, 100%. And like, yeah, let us know down below, like, are you bullish on chain? Because there's so much happening right now. There's so much noise actually going on, and how this is going to affect like the layer twos, like what chain's actually going to perform so well, and how it's going to affect it. And that's exactly why you need to like lock into this show. And we give out like a weekly free read, exactly where the market stands, what our viewpoints is. So make sure you check that link down in the description. But yeah, like that's kind of like all on chain what's happening right now.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I don't think so. I think there's heaps happening on chain. I mean, I think that's just the start of it, especially like stockbroker is at 80 million. So I think that's one of the really interesting things is we're getting these big runners, which we haven't gotten in a while. And yeah, I just hope that they keep going higher. So there's Mars coin and yeah, stockbroker's going up like crazy. It's at 80 million now. Are there
yeah,
any of the big runners? Are you watching any of the big runners? Like whether that's Kate, Cashcat, Ansem,
yeah.
Mars?
I wouldn't be surprised if Ansem makes new highs like in the next couple of weeks. I see like there's so much activity on, and Ansem's coin definitely is like in the spotlight and has been for the last couple of months. So I wouldn't be surprised if that starts moving, and we can see that with like how long it's been consolidating here, and that usually is a tell that it's getting ready to the next move. But also Mars coin, any of these BNB chains, I'm like really liking here, and we're starting to see some interaction from like the launchpad flap, and that's just like adding to my bullish thesis on why BNB chain's gonna do really well this cycle.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think that we get a $1 billion runner? And even more importantly, not more importantly, but as well, do you think that Ansem is a $1 billion runner?
Yeah, I think Ansem, with the amount of traction and how everyone knows Ansem now, I feel like he's the space of like kind of like the face and on the spotlight right now of like on chain. But yeah, I definitely do see like some sort of $1 billion runner soon, like especially where we are in the market, in crypto in general. I do see like yeah, meme. It's gonna be some sort of like meme season. I can start to like see that developing right now. So yeah, answering your question, yeah, I definitely do see some sort of $1 billion runner.
No, I agree completely. And do you think that the $1 billion runner is one of the big runners we've seen, or do you think it's a new one?
I
Like
think it's got to be the ones we've already seen.
one of them
Um,
goes up to a billion.
yeah, I feel like how what I've listened to recently, like even with what Anson was saying and his experience in market cycles, they usually pump really hard to begin with, consolidate back down for a bit, and then we start to see the run. And with like where we are in the cycle right now, it kind of like the stars are kind of aligning really well here on where the coins that are already out right now that are at that 50 mil market cap range. I do see one of them eventually going a lot higher for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think one of the big runners will go to $1 billion. And
Yeah.
I think there's some big targets for them as well. Like even Mars coin is I think that's easy a $300 million runner.
Yeah, 100%. Like there's some big names as well in like the CT community that are in these coins, and like I don't think they're going to really let them slide and like tank off. I think any kind of like whether it's a comment from like a big like a CZ or an Elon, if we see that kind of playing out, if not, that's all right. But if we do, I feel like these CT guys are going to definitely jump on that 100%.
Yeah, I agree. And there's a bit of controversy right now about pump fun or FOMO. I know you use FOMO a bit, so what are your thoughts on that? Do you think
Yeah, shout out everyone. Follow us on FOMO. Get active on it because I do think transparency and like on chain is so important as well. I really do like that, and it really shows like who's actually tapped in or like who's just. I mean, it also you could just be copy trading people. So I guess like that's why I think FOMO is pretty good as well. Is because it's like for the newcomers into the space, you can really make a name for yourself and start getting a bit of liquidity happening for yourself on chain just by using like kind of like copy trading and just like jumping off people. But yeah, I definitely like FOMO a lot more in terms of like the transparency of it. But obviously, like the original like Solana trenches are always like
Yeah.
they've just got like a bit of an aura about them. I
Yeah.
like them.
Well, I think that it's good and bad FOMO, right? I would agree.
Yeah, there's definitely 50-50.
I would take FOMO for sure, but I also think that there can be some problems with retail coming in. I mean, you already saw that there was a bit of controversy. One of the big guys on FOMO, he's more of a big social media guy, but he's on FOMO, and it was rumored that he was buying stuff on FOMO, and then everyone would copy trade him because it's like a social trading platform, and then he would sell on his side wallets. So I think that a lot of retail will probably get wrecked on FOMO.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think FOMO is such a sick platform. I want them to add a P&L calendar. That's one thing I'd want them to add, like a cool one like Axiom and those platforms have. But yeah, the whole leaderboard and everything I think is going to be so good for retail. It's so like it's in your face as soon as you.
It's so like incentivizing to like get liquidity like on chain and do it yourself because like,
Yeah.
you see these guys on the leaderboard with massive like pluses on like their all time trades. It's like so like it gets you J'd up.
Yeah, well, every time you open FOMO, like most of the time, you can't even get in the top 20 unless you got 100 plus on the day, 100 plus $1,000 on the day, which is
Yeah.
that's insane.
And the like the onboarding for it is so easy as well. Like setting up an account is like it's too easy. I think that's like really good for like newcomers as well. Like the easier it is, the more they're gonna start using it and like tell their friends and stuff like that.
That's true. Yeah. Do you know much about Frohorse? I don't know, putting you on the spot here. I don't know much about it,
No,
but
I did see a little bit of that.
I saw him make the video. I watched a bit about it, and now I'm seeing everyone call him a scammer, and I know that he's sold. But
I did say that, yeah.
what happened?
I kind of like saw it as soon as it happened. Like I was on chain at the time, and basically I think he's like a big name in like the stock industry. I'm pretty sure, and he's got like I think 250K on X at the moment. And basically his like community was, I feel like what I saw was they were egging him on to get on FOMO, set up an account, and then basically just airdropping him a coin. And because he's got such a big following, this is kind of what's happening right now, where he's getting like big names getting airdropped coins. So many people on chain right now that they're just aping into these coins. And like you saw his like how much he was holding. It was almost like 3 million at the time. And that's just him getting sent like most of the supply. But I don't think he really understood the space and like what was going on. So we assume like maybe this was all just a big act. Like who knows? But that's what I saw, and yeah, I tried to get a little bit wet and try get into one of these coins like at the start, but I definitely don't recommend like throwing all your money into like these really like low cap graduated coins. Like, what's your thoughts on that? Do you need to be holding the big runners or just aping into like these graduated? Because I know there's gonna be some like fresh people listening to this stream that they really need to hear this.
Well, I think you got to play your own game, right? I think that the biggest mistake a lot of people make is they play multiple games at the same time. So you have to choose one. I mean, there's a lot of people that are good at trading on chain, whether they're quick in, quick out, or you can, buy the higher coins and you can ride them up. You can do that with size. You can do whatever you want. But I think you have to play a game. You have to have your own strategy. So that's why I think FOMO is cool, but I think you're going to get wrecked if you just copy trade people, right? The best thing to do is to have your own game. And yeah, my game at the moment has been the bigger runners. Even if that's
and like the launch pads as well.
Yeah, like I got into Stonk, but even that was like kind of a big runner. I got in at 1.7 million, went up to like almost 10 million. But yeah, like for the most part, I've been trying to buy the big runners. Been messing around a bit on the BNB chain. I think that CZ will probably interact. Same thing with Stonk. I thought that Solana. I still probably think that Solana will interact with that.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
feel like
launchpad on
these
Solana.
chains are gonna definitely like compete with like, I don't know, that if any of them interact, it's gonna be a bit of a competition.
Yeah, well, I think there already is, and there will continue to be a competition for liquidity. So I think that you can definitely bet that they will react.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to see FOMO at the moment because a lot of people are buying into the idea of kind of buying and holding a lot more than we've seen recently, which is good, especially if you do see that meme season. That's exactly what you want to see. Yeah, those are the best kind of environments on chain when people buy and hold for a few days. It's terrible when you have, I mean, not to call people out, but guys like Cupsy and Scented that, they just pretty much buy the absolute floor and they sell it at, 30K market cap.
Yeah, the side wallets are killing people.
Yeah, I mean,
Side wallets killing.
yeah, so I think
But yeah, like, are you still using like Pump Fund at the moment, or just straight FOMO?
a lot of FOMO to be honest, a bit of GMGN if I want to do it properly, but yeah, I really like FOMO, especially because I'm buying the higher coins. I'm not really trenching, so it's good UI, it's easy to use. Um,
Yeah, I saw they just added. I think they're trying to add like the copy trading element from FOMO on GMGN. I saw they only like just released that,
yeah, we've
because
always
that's
been
what I
able
mean by
to
like the competition right now.
we've always been able to track wallets. The cool thing about FOMO is kind of the UI of it.
Yeah, it looks like it's like social trading. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah. I'm trying to pull it up right now to see like what it looks like, because it's. I don't know if it's like any better or not, but yeah, I think FOMO is like low key winning this one right now.
Yeah. What about the Clarity Act? What do you think about that? Because the Clarity Act didn't get passed. I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah, pull it up on X. What's everyone saying? Because I got my own like. I know something got passed like just then. I think it was like yesterday.
Well, so we can
Something got
see
passed very last minute.
it did get passed. Oh, I've only seen this, which says the Senate officially fails to pass the Crypto Clarity Act before the summer recess. Really stumbling on my words on
Yeah,
that one.
not the full Clarity Act, but like the last, the step before the final vote, which was they were struggling on. So I saw that like just got passed as they went for recess. And I do see it now really getting passed, just because that's now been passed. Like that's extra step. And I mean, we can see Trump also getting off crypto.com and getting rid of the deal that they had. So it's really interesting, is like, is he now bending the knee for the Clarity Act? Was that like the final piece?
Yeah,
But
true.
like,
True, because that was a big
it
part
could,
of it, right? It was the
yeah,
Democrats didn't want to sign it because of Trump's kind of the whole thing he did with the meme coin, as well as the upcoming midterms. So they didn't want to
yeah.
tie a vote to it because of the midterms. Yeah, I
So
saw that.
it's super interesting whether he's now bending the knee for it and he's like trying to get this rolling. But yeah, I do see it getting passed now in September because of like these final steps. Like they're really stringing it out to the last minute, and whether that's, you could almost argue it's too perfect aligned with where the cycle is. So let's see whether this is a sell the news event in September now, but I still think the market's still going to play out really well regardless if this gets passed. But it's obviously important.
Yeah, right. I think that, yeah, I agree. I think the market plays out regardless if it gets passed. Um, and I think that you probably will get a sell the news event in the short term, but long term, yeah, it's great for crypto. Like you really do need that regulation, especially for that institutional money. Like it makes no sense. No,
Yeah.
no one knows. All of these companies, they don't know what's regulated and what's not. So yeah, definitely needs to get passed.
Yeah, and also I think for like exchanges as well, like how much yield they can offer, there needs to be some sort of cap. So there's also that avenue of like why it's good for the Clarity Act to pass. So these exchanges can't really like rinse retail for like how much yield they can claim and stuff like that. So there's also that avenue as well for why it's really good for it to get passed. But yeah, I definitely do still think it's going to get passed in September.
Yeah, right. Yeah, cool. What do you think about rate hike?
I know we covered it. We covered it last week, and I said you'll see it next time you see us, it's going to be passed. So now they've just strung it out completely. It's crazy.
What do you think about rate hikes then? Because we're predicting September. What do you think about rate hikes? Because the new jobs report came
Yeah.
out, which is more of a boring topic, but we can quickly look at it. I'll pull it up right here. We'll see. This is the jobs report that came out. So minus 23,000 versus an 83,000 expectation, which was a massive miss. And then another massive miss here with the average hourly earnings. They came in at up 0.1% versus an expected up 0.3%. And employment rate was 4.1 versus an expected 4.2. So this is a massive miss. This is a terrible jobs report. It indicates a real weak economy. And it allows the Fed to have a look at printing, which is super interesting because there's no forward guidance, so no one really knows what they're going to do. And it seemed like it was priced in to get a rate hike in September or whenever the next FOMC is. So seeing this is interesting. And yeah, this is good for risk assets. If you get one of these, it's good. If you get two of these, it's a little bit alarming, and crypto could probably pull back a bit. And if we get three, then there's a lot of recession fears. But yeah, one is okay. I mean, the average hourly earnings is inflation pressure that's kind of easing off because less pay is less spending, and then prices stop rising, and all of that. And then yeah, the weak jobs is good for a rate cut. Need some more money into the economy. That's not good for the economy that the jobs missed by that much. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think
Yeah.
do you have any predictions? Are you going to throw anything out there for whether they cut the rate or
I mean,
keep it?
I really do think this new Fed Kevin Walsh coming in here, he's not going to hike rates. Or I feel like if anything, it's going to be a hold. I believe the next one's in late September, so we'll see how that unfolds. But it's either hold or cut. We can start to see like what's happening in Japan. Also, I'm not sure if we covered that last episode, but that's pretty important for also what the Fed does in terms of foreign policy as well. So with like if they're gonna lower the interest rate, how's that going to affect the Japanese market, stuff like that. And then we have covered this heaps on the channel, and I feel like it's super important and almost a determining factor for whether they hike or cut or hold rates. They're always watching what the Japanese market's doing. I feel like that's definitely in consideration for them,
Right.
and that's due to like them holding so much U.S. bonds.
Yeah,
The
well,
Japanese government.
they're the biggest holder of treasuries in the world, I believe.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's also really important because you have the carry trade. So Japan had their rates at zero pretty much. They had it so low for so long that people would borrow money in Japan and put it into the US market. And there's like more than $20 trillion in that carry trade. And the closer that those two rates get, the rate between Japan and the rate between the US gets, then the more risk of that trade unwinding because there's less incentive to be in the carry trade. I mean, if your US rate is coming down to 2% and the Japanese rate is coming up to 1.5%, then the carry trade would completely unwind. So yeah, it's definitely a part of it. It's definitely interesting to see.
And we've also got like Scott Bessent coming out saying he's going to keep supporting the Japanese market. And I don't think we've seen something like this in almost like 20 years or something. I saw is they're actively stepping in now to support them. And this is like pretty alarming as this almost sniffs out like a money printer coming on, and it's good for like risk assets if they just prop this market up by just printing and stepping in every single time. So we're going to see how that unfolds. But yeah, I'm seeing like next week, I saw the stat like Japan's four largest life issuers are sitting on almost 16 trillion in unrealized bond losses, and that's like up 7% in the last 3 months. So it's like super interesting what's going on there and how that's going to affect like crypto as a whole and risk assets.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, that's been a lot of people's point the whole time. That's kind of ties into the debasement trade, which I like. I like the idea of gold, silver, Bitcoin, because I think they will print the money. I mean, the only way out is through. It makes more sense for them to print the money and have a soft landing on the economy because the economy is definitely in trouble. If you look at Japan, if you look at how much the US debt is, and even like these other countries that no one wants to buy US treasuries anymore. That's not even them dumping it. That's just no one wants to buy it as well. So yeah.
100%. Yeah, that's exactly why you need to follow this show because we outline exactly why it affects crypto. As like most people just show the news on X or something and not actually outline how this affects crypto because it's really important for you if you're holding for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, what else are we seeing? I know we just covered the Clarity Act jobs report on chain. What else are we seeing? I think we're seeing like gold and silver rip off this news anyway in Japan and what's going on what's going to happen next week.
Yeah, I mean, gold and silver are definitely moving. Let's have a quick look at gold and silver. If we pull up gold and silver, we can see silver is up 3.19%, gold's up to 2.39%. They had a bit of a rough time, especially silver. Like silver's had a massive pullback from its highs. But I'm still bullish on these assets long term. I think there's something like this is a little bit harder to trade, and if you're a long-term holder. Um, but yeah, it looks good. I mean, if we can break above that cloud, I'll definitely start to be a lot more bullish again. As for now, looks like we're going to wick. It could go down lower if this doesn't break above the cloud. But yeah, right now it looks like a retest of the cloud. I think from a fundamentals point of view, that these are great assets to hold. From a technical point of view, we're kind of just waiting. Stocks look great. Crypto looks okay. Looks like, there's a very good chance we've bottomed on crypto, and there's a lot of cryptos that are cheap. And like Tom said, it's important that you work with people, so because there are definitely opportunities right now. On chain's heating up, and it's not like 2021 or 2017 where you can just throw a dart at the board and hit any altcoin. There's specific alts moving, and there's specific reasons they move. And if you want to get positioned more clearly, and also talk to us directly, you can book a call. This is our website, which I'll leave a link to down below. You can talk to us directly if you book a call and work with us. But there's also the weekly report, so you can join our free community as well as get the weekly read. This is about 3 to 4 page document of everything we see happening, and all you have to do is chuck in your email there, press that, and we will send you the weekly read, which is all the kind of alts we're watching, the macro environment where we see Bitcoin. And yeah, tune into the show because it's getting exciting. I think we're really going to heat up in the crypto market.
Yeah. But yeah, like the risk to reward of like not getting involved in crypto right now, like there's so much potential upside compared to the downside risk right now for sure. And like all the other events in the world happening right now, it's also leaning towards like money printing, liquidity coming, and there's kind of been like a lot of people's theses over the past couple of years, and it's kind of all just kind of like moving to this kind of moment we're in right now. So yeah, definitely follow up the page because we post this daily.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I completely agree with the risk to reward part about crypto just from a general point of view, but also from the point of view of like compared to other stuff, right? Like you've seen
Yeah.
stocks and stuff go up so much, and then you look at the memory trade, which Flood called perfectly. That was insane watching that happen on Twitter. Flood's a great follow on X. I really like watching all of his stuff, and yeah, he called the top on that. It looks a lot weaker, and even the AI trade. I mean, whether or not that's done or not, it doesn't really matter to speculate on. But I think that yeah, the risk to reward there compared to the risk to reward in crypto is very different. And then yeah, I think crypto's in a really, really, really
Yeah.
good spot.
I mean, like even just off the dome right now, I'm really not too sure what is new in AI moving forward from today. Right now, like there's a lot of supply of it, but not enough demand, and that's kind of like an element of why I do see it breaking down a little bit, but not like a full crash, but some sort of like sell off or something like that.
Mm.
I do think like, I mean, you've got the odd memory chip deals here and there with like Nvidia, seeing that, but as like a development and like what's new in AI, there isn't like something like just jumping out at me right now compared to like the risk to reward of just getting into crypto at these such sell off levels.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I think that's fair to say. Well, I mean, I did mention Flood before, but I don't know. I thought an interesting question was, who do you think are the top traders on CT? Just give me one or two, and why you think they're good.
I think this is more down your lane, but I'm happy to just give my thoughts on it. I feel like the top traders.
What is top people you like? Like, give like the your favorite person to look at on CT, who you take the best alpha from, and why they're good at what they do. Because that's an interesting
Yeah.
thing, right? If you're wanting to get better in an industry, the best thing to do is study the best people in that industry.
Yeah, I'd probably say Luke Belmar, if anything. No. I'd be leaning towards like Ansem or something. I feel like he's got so much experience. I've learned a lot from him, even in like the past couple months since he released Ansem. And really like whether he doesn't really like expose trades like what he trades, does he?
He does, yeah. A
Because
bit.
I mean, I've only seen like his call outs, like calling like Solana where his price targets are, and like it's mainly like the reasoning why and how he thinks on why price action gets to that place. That's what I really like to see, and that's
Mm.
kind of down my alley of like people on CT that have been in the space for so long, like really explaining why things happen. I
Yeah,
feel like that's what I really like.
he started bull posting pump, which I like to see because I've been bullish on pump. I'm bullish on pump.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and
Anson's a good
like
one.
yeah, even in, like why he explains why pump fund's going to do well, and one of his takes was like it's such a generating growth business right now, and they're like their numbers are insane right now, so you have to assume that, yeah, it's going to reflect in the price action. Like what's your thoughts? What are your top accounts to follow, top accounts to like listen to their theses?
Yeah, well, I've been thinking about this because I like to think about why these guys are good. Like whenever I see someone's post and I'm like, he's doing really well in the markets. This guy's killing it. Like Money Printer, Rowdy, Flood. I think those are all really good names. And it's interesting to think about why they're so good at what they do. And the conclusion I've kind of come to is they're very strong with their opinion and they don't let other people's opinions change their opinion. They come up with a good thesis. They come up with what the catalysts are for what they think, and they just hold that position strong. And they're usually outliers in the markets. It's pretty rare that um, they follow other people, and I think that's what makes them good. Like Flood, a good example of Flood was Hyperliquid. He was everywhere bull posting Hyperliquid since it was at $20. I mean, he was posting it from $3, but I saw him from $20 and he posted it, just bull posting it the whole time. He had great reasons why it was going up, and he stuck to his guns even when some people said it wasn't good. And when it had pullbacks, he was still bullish. So yeah, I've just been thinking about why these guys are good. I think that's an interesting thing.
Yeah, like why is their edge so different to like other people? And then obviously they some sort of like stubborn element to keep to their thesis
Yeah, right.
as well.
Because markets are hard, right? Like most people lose in markets. That's why a lot of people buy ETFs and stuff because it's markets are hard to do. You just an ETF's the easy way out. To actually trade markets and do well in markets is really hard. So seeing why
Yeah,
these guys are so good at it is interesting.
yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
Rowdy did the same thing. I mean, I didn't tail Rowdy, but I saw him in the stonk trade as well. And he was down like 50% at one point, and there was a few points where I'm like, oh, should I sell this? Like, I don't know how good this is going to do.
And he's double downing.
Yeah, and he just didn't even care as well, and it went up to like 7 million, and he's up like 100 grand, and he's just not touching it, and he
Yeah,
just did nothing. He was just really calm about it. It was a good trade, and he stuck to his guns. He knew it was good. He knew the catalyst. He did the same thing with Cash Cat. He was like, Robinhood's sick. If Robinhood's gonna go, what's gonna go on Robinhood? What's gonna be the best runner? And he just chose the main runner, and he just printed. So I think yeah, it's cool to think about. But there's definitely some good guys on CT to follow. But there's also a lot of bad guys to follow. So that's why it's good to work with people because there's also heaps of noise
yeah.
on
There's a
CT.
lot of crap out there. Like there's a lot.
Yeah, for
A lot,
sure.
there's a lot. So yeah, those what was that? How many was that? Was that one or two top ones?
I said three. I said Money Printer, Rowdy, and Flood.
Rowdy and yeah,
I think those are three really good traders. But yeah, I'm liking what we're doing on this show, and I'm liking Market Bubble, and I'm liking what Razma does and Thread Guy does. I think those guys are really cool for entertainment, and they also know a lot about the
yeah,
markets. And I think that yeah, they talked about it on Market Bubble. Like crypto needs a renaming, it needs a rebranding. And I think that's really true. Like you talk to people that you're in crypto, and they kind of like they either think it's a scam, they either think it's weird, whatever they think. So yeah,
yeah, 100%.
making I think crypto is going to make a big comeback, not just in price action, but in how people see it and how it's perceived. I think it's going to get more utility, not just in like XRP being spent, but in like tokenized stocks on FOMO stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's exciting times,
Yeah,
and I'm excited to do this. We're going to keep doing this
maybe
every week, twice a week, every week.
yeah, 100%. Twice a week. I mean, maybe like jumping off that, maybe the thesis is like new companies that are IPOing, maybe they're going to be like getting more involved on chain. Like you're seeing like Anthropic IPO is going to be rolling out soon. Whether I'm not saying they're going to start getting involved in Butthole Coin, but like whether it's this is like a new way of marketing their IPOs, this could be super interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think there's so much stuff that's going to be interesting about what happens on chain because it just makes so much sense for I think the world's going to be on chain whether you're looking at meme coins and IPOs and stuff or just sending money. I think
I mean,
yeah,
we're already starting to see it. Like it's not even like an if anymore. It is, and it's just going to keep growing. And that's through like legislations passing. Like obviously, the Clarity Act is going to make it a little bit easier for like um, other companies to tokenize their own stuff. So yeah, I do. Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah,
So
like
it's gonna be cheapening.
I just couldn't imagine using like a normal stock platform at the moment as well. When
Yeah, 100%. Everything's just everything I use is just on chain. Even if you want to get involved in stocks, it's all like tokenized, whether it's on base, whatever chain. Everything's just yeah, it's so much easier.
yeah. Now, when you're trading on chain, we talked about what we like, what we're looking at, but when you're making money on chain, are you just continuing rolling over the profits and making more and more money on chain? Or are you thinking about taking some of your on chain money out to buy alts, to buy gold and silver? What are you thinking of doing with your on chain profits?
Yeah, I feel like where I'm kind of at now, um, and how I've a couple of years like inside crypto, like building that initial portfolio is like super important.
As in the spot portfolio by
Yeah, building a spot portfolio, um, getting exposure through like the majors, holding like sats is super important. I mean, you have to originally get some sort of thesis around like what you like on chain or what you like in terms of majors in crypto in general. But yeah, what I'm doing right now is just have the base portfolio right now where we're at in the market. On chain is so hot right now. You need to be like growing a little bit of liquidity on chain as there's like always opportunities. And the opportunity right now is on chain and then rolling those profits into some sort of like altcoins, generating revenue businesses like Pump Fund, whether they're in a bull trend or bear trend. These are the kind of things you need to know. And you will know by just watching this show, but definitely rolling them into like alts and majors and then holding a little bit of cash on the side. That's kind of like the play for me at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing as
What,
well. Taking a bit
you
out of
about the same?
yeah, taking a bit of money off chain, and yeah, definitely it's definitely worth keeping money on chain for like the opportunities. And I'm holding some of the bigger runners. And then yeah, taking it out and putting it into Pump Fund, Bitcoin. This isn't financial advice, but some of those
It's just what we're doing.
some of those
Like
small majors.
just our opinion on it.
Even commodities. I'm bullish on commodities. Like I said, I think the fundamentals for commodities are super strong, and I think from a technical standpoint that it that it's not too important to look at the technical standpoint
I mean, we
on
even
this
saw
long
like
duration,
silver
but
in
it will go.
earlier in the year. Like anything can happen.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. What do you
Yeah.
think about what do you think about Trump? What he's doing? Because he like we talked about it a bit before.
With him parting ways with crypto.com.
Yeah, he parted ways with crypto.com. He sold all his crypto at one point. He said
I
he
feel
was the
like
crypto
he wants
president.
more exposure to crypto. I feel like with like that deal with crypto.com, whether that was got in the way of the Clarity Act, he had to bend the knee, step away from it,
Mm,
and really go down his own avenue.
mm.
Because I think he knows himself how bullish like this industry is and how much of a footprint it has on the next financial system. So I think he's trying to get a little bit more active in it. I mean, he's released a meme coin like far out.
Yeah, do you think we
He
get
understands.
do you think we get another runner like Trump? Like that big? Trump went to what, 70 billion?
I do think so. I think if the market really starts to pick up and more people are getting on chain and we get someone shilling it like a big name in the space, like a Trump level name, like a CZ or an Elon or someone like that, I definitely it's inevitable $1 billion runner is gonna happen.
What do you think happened with Elon posting that video the other day? I mean, everyone said, "Is that Jimothy?" Which was pretty funny, but was it?
Yeah.
I was kind of confused.
I mean, we saw Jimothy like 2x off that, which is pretty crazy. That's the kind of level like
But
we're
what do you
at.
think that was? Do you think that was Jimothy, or like I don't
Know.
understand why he
It's
posted.
almost like everyone's teasing and just like
It feels that way, right?
testing the waters.
It feels it 100% feels that way. Even CZ saying like, "Oh, I might buy a coin next week." Like, be
and
prepared.
then he drops the ticker for like one of the coins.
Yeah,
Crazy.
literally the exact ticker in
Crazy.
Chinese. Yeah, yeah. I think
it's pretty crazy.
that's super interesting.
I
I
mean,
think we get a billion.
What do you reckon?
I think it's interesting. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing. Teasing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But they're definitely testing the waters, maybe seeing how the community reacts, even setting up their own play. Who knows? Who
Yeah,
knows?
I mean, right now a lot of my focus is on chain because, yeah, making money on chain and rolling over those profits into the broader crypto market. So yeah, a lot of focus on chain, and so yeah, I find this stuff interesting. But I
Yeah.
think that we get $1 billion runner. I mean, we were talking the other day, like how many coins went to $1 billion in the mania last
Was
time.
it like 10? 10 last cycle?
I can't even remember. It was heaps. But even the ones that didn't go to $1 billion, 500 million, 700 million. Like right
Yeah,
now,
they
they're
still
all
got
like,
wet.
right now we're getting runners up to 100 million, which is good. But I think it gets a lot bigger. An interesting thing is, do you think that the first $1 billion runner is going to be one of the big runners now, or is it going to be a new one that spawns?
Yeah, I still think it's going to be one of the big runners. Whether it's going to be Ansem, I still think Ansem's going to be one of them.
You
I
think
think,
Ansem goes to $1 billion?
yeah, I think so. I think with his stature, how much he has it tied to his name, his brand, how much he's actually putting in the work to give back to holders. I think that's pretty bullish, and it's just inevitable where it ends up.
Yeah, one coin I kind of missed on was Mantlet. I really thought that would do a lot better than it did. That was that tied kind of into the tokenizing stocks theory we had, but you were getting paid in Ansem for holding Mantlet,
Yeah,
and it hasn't done well at all.
but yeah, these memes that are like giving back to holders for holding, giving them incentive. I think one of the bigger ones of those market caps, whether it's Mars Coin, whether it's Stockbroker, something like that, is an element of $1 billion run.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we can see some big runners for sure,
Yeah.
and it's cool. It's
What's your top? Do you reckon whether it's going to be Ansem, whether it's going to be maybe something that hasn't even come out yet?
I think definitely. I think we're gonna get $1 billion runner that hasn't spawned yet for sure. And I
That
think
hasn't.
I think that
That's
hasn't.
interesting.
But I
Yeah.
also think we get one that has one. I think one of them does go to $1 billion. But even just not even $1 billion. I think that with on-chain heating up so much, some of these coins have the potential to easily run to 200, 300 million, like Stockbroker, Mars Coin, Cash Cat.
Yeah.
I'm pretty bullish on all the big runners except for Kate. I'm not the biggest fan of Kate. What do you think about Kate?
There's so much going on with that. Like, I mean, Paul Goat is shilling it like crazy, and I fully respect the bag work. Like, that is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, he's fully bag working. Hey.
Yeah. Like, I really respect that. But, like, no one, I feel like everyone's really shaken out of, like, what happened at the start of it getting released and how, like, quickly it dropped.
Mm,
Um,
that was a big
yeah,
problem. Yeah.
I mean, I have to take my hat off to him for putting in the work, like, far out. That is not easy to do.
Yeah, his story is interesting, right? I kind of read more into it this week. Basically, what happened was he was one of the first holders of Ansem, but it was a different Ansem, and so
Did he get airdropped it?
yeah, so he was super bullish on Ansem. He was bag working like crazy, and he was like one of the top holders. And then Ansem basically chose another Ansem, and then Ansem felt bad, so he airdropped a lot of the big holders, that's a good thing to do. That's another thing that speaks about Ansem a lot. He seems to have good intentions. But anyway, he airdropped Poor Goat 30 grand worth, and Poor Goat held it up to like 1.5 million. And so that's kind of how he got so big on FOMO. And I'm seeing him get a little bit of hate. I know Rasmo was talking about it because Poor Goat has said um, he's going to move to Pump Fun. And Rasmus was like, bro, you don't have motion like that. Like, you just got airdropped the coin.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
You just airdropped the coin and ran it up. What do you think about that? You think it's kind of a weird thing to do? Just to be like, oh, leaving FOMO.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that someone was offering FOMO users like 30K a month to get on their platform, whether that's GMGN,
FOMO? FOMO
Yeah.
was?
Pardon?
FOMO was offering that.
No, GMGN or Pump Fund were offering big players on FOMO to get on their platform. That only came out. You can pull it up on X right now, but I saw that throughout the week. So that's really interesting.
I'm not Jamie from Joe Rogan. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to find this.
Jamie pulled that up. But yeah, I think like, I don't know. He's gotten a lot of like people following him, and like I feel like if you get in one of these coins, like anything can happen. You flip overnight, and yeah, a lot of people were following you. Like even with like me, for example, like people were just like, I'm not trying to like flex, but like a couple of people was like starting to follow me just for getting in one of these coins. Like everyone's kind of following each other. People were like following each other.
Famous guy.
Yeah, shout out production. But yeah, have a look at that, read that out because that's super interesting.
Yeah, we're definitely not reading the actual. We're not
Yeah, it
re-
looks like the white paper.
Yeah, we're not reading these, but it says Pump Fun is paying FOMO users 30K a month to move off FOMO onto the Pump Fun app. Very predatory terms. Read below. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not going to read that, but yeah, that is interesting. I mean, yeah, I really like FOMO to be honest. I think it's a good platform.
Yeah, it's so like it's really like it feels like social media. It really does. It feels like what X could do with X money.
Right, and what I think just one of the best things about FOMO is just what it's going to do for the space. I think it's going to be really good for retail traders. Like we've talked about this heaps. The UI is great. There's good calls, I guess you could say, behind it, and yeah, it's cool. I think
Yeah,
it's a cool platform. It's a good idea.
yeah, 100%. I mean, I only joined FOMO like in what, like May or something this year. So like, I don't even know when did FOMO come out.
I don't know. I don't think it's been around for too long, but
Yeah, but yeah, fair play to them for making a good UI.
yeah. So are you bullish on Kate?
Um, I mean, we've seen potential on it. I don't. I feel like it's
I'm
too many
not.
people are scared on it now. I feel like what happened to it is really like put a dent in its potential, but also whether retail really picks up and comes back. Because I did see a lot of retail was getting in Kate.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing. That was definitely an interesting thing.
So whether someone's shielded on social media and then this is kind of like where on chain is heading, not like it hasn't before, but right now picking up with like social media clips, oh, this coin's pumping X, Y, and Z, people like shilling it.
Yeah, it was really different to all the other big runners. Like
Yeah,
it seemed like there was a lot more retail in Kate than the other runners.
it's almost like there was an incentive for people to start clipping and like promoting it on social media
Yeah,
to get it to run,
but
and then something happened to it.
but also that's where I kind of disagreed with you before, and that's kind of what my thesis was, that you kind of need the community fun coins to bring retail in, not the tokenized stock coins. I think the tokenized stock idea is amazing. I like Mars coin a lot.
Yeah, maybe that's for people that are already on
Yeah, I
a
think
bit
that's
more.
I think that's people in the space like that, especially like the NFT stuff, like Stonkbroker. Retail's not going to get that. They saw what happened to CryptoPunks. I can't see that being like a massive thing. I think they're still good runners, but I think to really,
Yeah,
really bring in retail, it's a good idea. Like Kate is cool. I mean, I don't even know exactly what it is. It's the
the
Doge
sister
girl.
of Dogecoin
Yeah,
is what
right.
it is.
Yeah, the Doge.
So like that alone, retail will have seen what Dogecoin did in like 2021.
Oh yeah, yeah. Siegel.
So that's already got like it. That's probably why it did so well so quickly.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's interesting.
But yeah, that's kind of like the big runners happening on chain right now. So let's see, because like there's a brand new week happening and there's always new opportunities. Like next time you see us, there's going to be probably another runner or something that's happened.
Yeah, I
So
wonder if any
so
more I wonder if any more guys will tie themselves to a coin like Ansem did. I don't think anyone else can really do it like that though. He really
I mean that horse coin as well. That was crazy when it first came out. Because I saw it when it first came out. Like that was crazy. He like pretty much said he's not selling it.
Yeah, then he sold it.
Yeah, he said he got like some information from people in the space. I don't know if he was playing dumb or yeah, let's see, but from what I saw, like that was just insane. And that's what I mean. Like right now, that hasn't happened in the past like 12 months.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you definitely got to be careful out there. It's
yeah,
I do hope that we can kind of cleanse the crypto space a little bit. Uh yeah, I don't think it's better for retail that you have a more fair playing ground.
yeah. And I mean, yeah, even for like people first starting out in the space, would you say you would recommend some sort of portion of the portfolio into on chain, given where we are in the cycle?
100%, especially with platforms like FOMO now, which make it so easy to navigate and allocate um, capital. I would say, yeah. I wouldn't go too big on chain, especially if you're really new to the space, like 10% at absolute most to put on
Yeah.
chain. And if I was doing that as well, I'd be buying the big runners. And by big runners, I mean stuff that's like 20, 30 mil market cap. So
Yeah, with liquidity behind it.
yeah, so it's still you still definitely got some risk. Like sub 100 million, there's a bit of risk. Sub 50 million, there's a lot of risk. I mean, even $1 billion runners have risk, but yeah, I'd be buying the higher coins with a tiny bit if you're in the space
Yeah.
for sure. But even just
Yeah,
like
I definitely agree.
yeah.
Definitely agree.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. What else are you seeing in the markets? Apart from on chain, we don't really have any. We
Yeah,
don't. There's not really any crazy news upcoming next week. We'll have another live stream on Wednesday where there'll be more news, but there's nothing too crazy happening.
yeah. I mean, I know Coinbase is releasing their X402, something to do with AI agents. Whether that's on Thursday, so that's probably going to be just after the stream. So we'll
What is
cover
that?
that probably before it. I know there was some sort of like some coins got released on it.
Give us a brief explanation. I haven't heard about this.
Yeah, I mean, even if you find it on X, but basically it's their. I think all these exchanges are just integrating AI agents onto their systems, like we've seen with who was it? Bybit. Bybit's done it. I think Robinhood is starting to do it, and it's really like exposing people to like the potential of what AI can do, and like hopping onto that narrative of how AI can get integrated into crypto. And I think that's the X402 on base is just like the agentic marketplace. So basically, agents can just kind of do their own thing, whether they trade themselves. It's quite interesting, but yeah, there's a lot of in detail to go through on that. I don't know 100% about it, but definitely that's my base understanding of what it is.
Yeah, I can't find enough about this. We'll have to go through it more on Wednesday, and we'll cover that more. But
Yeah, when it's close to the date of it rolling out, for sure, for sure.
sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's what's your bull case on AI getting integrated into crypto, like fully? Is that a bull case? Is it a bad thing for the space? What's your thoughts on that?
I don't
'Cause we're
think
starting
it's.
to see like it sort of unfold with like agents doing their own wallets. Obviously, Coinbase doing their own thing here.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing for the space. I think it's a good thing for the space. Um, I think it just depends on how it gets used. I think it can be really interesting, but I think that is a bull case for crypto that AI agents will pay each other through crypto transactions. I mean, it's the only way. So I think that's definitely
Yeah, like you're not going to see an AI agent start calling up your local bank like and asking for the bank's API. That's just like not a thing.
yeah, right. 100% makes zero sense. Yeah, I haven't seen too much about that in terms of people doing it yet.
Yeah, and whether that's like the next, I feel like that could be the next economy anyway, of like agentic economy. And I think Coinbase is super bullish on this, and they like have been screaming this from the rooftops, and that's why they're kind of going down this route. Um, but yeah, I definitely think it's for my take on it. I think like AI is pretty bullish for crypto and getting it out there more towards the masses because like AI is known by everyone, but people still don't know what the white paper is for BTC.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, what do you think about buying alts nowadays? I think that's an interesting question. Like alts that kind of seem like you're investing in these new ideas. Do you think that's a good idea? Like if there's a company or a team that's kind of running with this narrative and they have an altcoin, is that something you would buy to invest in the new? Do you think you can still spot those opportunities and trade them through an altcoin? Do you know what I mean?
Like, would an example of one be like Telegram's coin?
Yeah, exactly, like Graham. Do you think those
Yeah.
are good opportunities in crypto? And do you think those will continue to happen?
I mean, if they're in a bull trend on the cloud, yes.
So you're just trading them through purely trend.
Yeah,
For
if
now.
they're in a good trend. I mean, it depends what their tech is. Like, I'm not really too sure why Telegram kind of pumped. I thought they were integrating their own like payment system or something.
Yeah.
And I think any of these crypto companies having some sort of integration with AI, I think that's also a really good narrative as well. Because I think Telegram had some sort of movements with it as well, whether it was the agentic economy. I think that's kind of going to be the next play for these exchanges.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So whether I'm buying it or not, I feel like it needs to be in a bull trend. I don't really know too much about like. I'd have to really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, what's your thoughts? Are you just right now looking for those plays, or it's not really like a factor at the moment?
Yeah, no, I'm still looking for those plays. I think that's some of the best opportunities in crypto right now. Because I was saying before, I think that the real way to play the crypto altcoin market at the moment is to find spots.
There is specific ones.
You have to find spots, and some I'm watching are Pump and Ondo, and I'm not going to give out my whole list because, if you want that, you can go to summitmarkets.net and we'll talk with you more directly.
Yeah, we'll be here all day.
But some of the ones I'm willing to say out loud, Ondo and Pump, I think, are good ones.
Yeah, 100%. I think, I mean, even with like Ondo and Pump, that kind of ties around Pump, what's happening on chain, like the fees they're generating from that, and then also like Ondo in their like tokenization initiative. Like they, rather than like a gram where it's like, I don't know, more about like how they're improving like their social platform or whatever. Whereas Ondo is like a first ever, everything's moving on chain, how they're going to benefit from it, how much they're doing on chain as well. So there's like, I like those kind of avenues on like alts.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I'm bullish on is attention. I think that the crypto space is starting to see a lot of people that are really getting good at garnering attention. I think we saw Kimchi have that massive post. What do you think about, will we see some of the big mainstream streamers or faces be guys from CT? Do you think that will ever happen? Like Razma. Do you think Razma goes mainstream as crypto blows up? I mean, he's on a run right now.
I feel like if on-chain really picks up and the whole like 2021 or people are turning like $100 into 100,000 in a week, I feel like if this starts pushing onto mainstream social media, these guys who are massive in the space, who are going to be doing well, because if this is all happening, they're definitely going to get wet. I feel like they could linger into that mainstream for sure.
Yeah, because there's some guys that are doing it really well right now, like Thread and Razma. I think they could.
I mean, even like Kimchi, like people just tie him to like, oh, he made so much money on chain on Trump coin.
I mean, Banks was talking.
This could be happening again.
Banks was talking on Market Bubble that he's basically figured out attention. He's figured out the game of attention. He did his Kimchi story and it blew up. It got 20 million views everywhere. So I think you should do it. You should tell us about when you had lunch with Kimchi, so we can clip it.
Oh, come on! Don't make it me.
Yeah, when you had lunch with him, you were telling me you had lunch with him, and he got out of a boat or something. He rocked up on a boat to Sydney Harbour.
That's crazy.
Just aura.
So I heard. No, I'm not gonna do this. That's fucking great. It's cringe as.
All right, well, we're not gonna do it.
I think that meme's kind of died off now. But shout out Kimchi, shout out Banks. Yeah, I definitely see like these big like crypto. Would you call them influencers? More like on-chain active on-chain.
A lot of them aren't. I don't think a lot of them are on-chain guys though. Like Ansem, Banks,
like
Razma, Thread Guy. None of them are really on-chain traders at all.
They're more like streamers, no?
Yeah, they're more like social media guys of the space.
Yeah, and I definitely see them. If we get some sort of like real, I mean, I'd see the bull market anyway happening at some point. But yeah, if we get it and then these guys are like doing really well, they're gonna get definitely pushed by the algorithm.
Well,
pushed out there for sure.
This has been Thread's take for a while. He basically said that the next Kaisenat is a trader. Which I don't know. I don't think I agree with that.
What do you think? Like normal, like IRL or like just streamers in general, just for entertainment purposes, isn't good enough anymore, and it's like more of they got to be like making a lot of money, whether it's like on-chain traders but also entertainers. So it's like a 2-in-1, and it's just like providing so much like entertainment in that element.
I don't know. It's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I'm super excited about this show. I'm excited about that part of, markets and trading. People, getting out there and putting a face to what they say on CT, putting their ideas out there. So yeah, I'm bullish on this show. We'll be doing 100%. This twice a week, and yeah, I think this is going to be massive. And I think that a lot of these other guys is going to be massive as well. And it's pretty cool. I mean, we saw like Forex trading got so big. Like that was such an insane thing. Like TJR blew that up. So I wonder if one of the CT guys is going to be like TJR. in terms
Yeah,
of
I mean,
how much
this could even
traction.
be like a early sign of like a meme season. So if like what's happening now, I haven't seen anything like this happen in so long. And like if it continues on here, it's definitely going to get some social media attraction for
Mm.
sure. So like whether one of these guys who are going to get really like not lucky, but like have their theses and have some sort of backstory around why they did X, Y, and Z, and they document it on stream on videos. Yeah, it's inevitable. Like they could get really pushed by the algorithm anyway.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But yeah, we're gonna be covering all of that anyway. So just tune into the show, like far out.
Yeah, this has been a long episode. We're pretty much going to wrap it up here, but we've gone through the
Yeah.
charts. We've gone through what we see happening in the market, and if you want to work with us directly, like I said at the start of the video, you can. I'll leave a link to the landing page down below where you can go to and you can book a call with us. And if you want the weekly read, this is about a 3 to 4 page document which we release every week to all of our members. If you want to get it for free this week, you just put in your email there and we'll send that through to you, as well as you join our community when you do that. So that'll be down below. Yeah, we're going to cover heaps more. We have more questions. We have more theses we're thinking about, ideas in the market we're thinking about. And yeah, lots more news. We're going to do another one on Wednesday. And yeah, we're bullish on the show. This has been fun.
Yeah,
And
100%.
That's pretty much it.
Awesome. Yeah, like tune in on Wednesday. There's gonna
And
be.
Tom's
I mean,
muted. Right at the
couple-
end of the show, he's messed it up. Oh, he's muted. Okay, we're going to have to wrap it up there because he's just...
wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Nah, no one can hear you, mate. All right, well, that's it. That's it for the show. Thank you for watching, and we will be back on Wednesday. And we stream twice a week, so make sure you tune in. Oh, that's the wrong one. We got to do the outro. My bad. Sorry.